Decepticons, attack! Autobots, it's grind time!
Yes, it is, and I am he, and welcome back, Transformers Earth Wars fans, for another live stream. Just as last week, please let me know if you can hear me, and the dog's barking. I didn't get a chance to check anything before I started, so let me know. Make sure the sound's okay. And let's turn on some game sound real quick while we're thinking about it. There we go. Ooh, that's loud in my ear. Everybody says you can hear me. Superb. Since you can hear me, let's do some hellos. The Mercenary Terror is here. Thank you for joining me. Stay Puffed is here. Thank you, Lord Avex, William Wilkinson, Just Elite. And that looks, Matt Poley's here. Thank you, Matt Poley, for joining us. Voodoo Ride is here. Excellent. Thank you guys for joining us. Today was a day I really, oh, sorry about the mic being a little crackly. Who knows? Technology. Today was a day I really didn't want to stream. And I'll tell you why. We had a tracked war versus S7 today. Actually, it started last night. It's almost over now. You can see there on the screen. And last night, I went to start my run, and I lost on base 1. First attempt, hard mode. You know, fair play, well-designed base. Kind of a time trap, you know, big clump at the bottom, a little bit at the top. And I just timed out. I got all the way up there, got everything destroyed, had half my team hammering on the HQ, and I just timed out. So per war protocols, I you know, took the rest of the night out, or took the rest of the night off, just to, you know, let it go for the night. And I thought, oh, I'll wait till tomorrow morning. I'll watch some other replays and I'll go again. So this morning I got up, watched a whole bunch of replays, and then I watched replays for the rest of the bases just to make sure I was ready to go. And yeah, you know, Waza runs almost the exact same team as me, so I watched his replay a couple times on that first base. Just, you know, seems simple enough. So I go back in, Prime League hard mode, and I lost again. Same thing. Timed out, half my team up, pounded on the HQ, just ran out of time. Alright, fair play. Got to go normal mode just to make sure I get past base 1 and, you know, see how many more points I can score throughout the rest of the war. So I go normal mode on my third attempt, and my team got annihilated on the lower section. I didn't even get through the lower section. And I was so mad because it makes zero sense, like no sense at all, why my team got annihilated on normal mode when it didn't. It wasn't that I was getting beat on hard mode, it's just that it was taking me too long to get through it. But then I go normal mode, and all of a sudden my bots just melted. I couldn't believe it. I was so mad. I was so mad. I messaged in line chat to the team, told them what happened. It's like, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I may be done for longer. I don't know. I'm just so mad right now. I can't see straight. So yeah, this is the first time I've opened up the game since this morning, because I've just been doing other things. So mad. So anyway, you know, fair play to S7. They're going to beat us, obviously. They're ahead. Some other guys struggled on some of the bases too, to be fair, but nobody put a big fat goose egg up there but me. And I am so embarrassed and mad. And it just doesn't make any sense that on normal mode I did worse than what I did on Prime League hard mode. And I think that is the biggest frustration is on normal mode. I should have cut through that base like nothing. So mad. Anyway, enough about that. Let's move on. So today, again, I don't have a whole lot planned. Let's jump over here to Whammo. There we go. That looks better. I guess we'll run through some event play, and I'll do a raid for resources, obviously. I'm not going to show any war replays because that's still a sore spot. And yeah. And the thing is there's nothing about that base that. Never mind. I'm going to move on. Okay, let's do a battle. Let's see if I remember how to switch my position. Woo! There we go. Okay. So let's just do a regular attack arrival. This was the team I used. I mean, all maxed, 5 stars, maxed cores, nearly maxed combats, if not maxed. Anyway, just one of those days. I call BS on it, but whatever. Nothing I can do now. So I apologize to my alliance mates. Let y'all down. That was terrible. Oh, so bad. Anyways, I'm really gonna try to quit talking about it. Let's go get some resources here. Fill up our coffers. So in good news, I did take that bad situation and turn something, good out of it by spending the day getting back to writing. It's been a long time since I spent any significant time writing, but I really enjoy writing, and I've got several short stories published and a couple novels out there, and it's finally able to get back to it. So a little bit. I'm starting slowly but surely. Had a story brewing in my head for years and years and years that I've never sat down and just put down, so I just kind of started working on it a little bit. It's actually a funny story. Where'd that guy go? I have no idea where that Decepticon went. Is that him right there? Did he jump? Oh, it was like dead end, wasn't it? Anywho, yeah, I used to ride all the time, and it's been a long time since I did, so. Well done. Thanks, Matt. Everyone hits a wall. Stop sobbing and smash the next one. Yeah. Who's my favorite wrecker? Like in the game or in the comics and stuff? Oh, that's what I wanted. Probably Cup out of these in the game. Probably. Oh yeah, I can. Hey William Wilson, good job on your alliance. Yeah, we should finish also, obviously, but some guys are having a rough weekend, I think. I know, like, Waza's had computer trouble and some other stuff going on. A lot of guys have really low scores. So, I'm not too bothered about it. We either will or we won't. I'm not putting another dollar in this game for a while. I'm just too upset with it. But yeah, I'll post in my Discord a link to some of my short stories and stuff. I like to write science fiction. Science fiction is my favorite, of course. Was what got me started writing, and then I did a lot of like dark urban fantasy short stories and stuff like that. And I got two novels are sci-fi, and then one is a mystery novel. I wrote under the pen name of Brian Bender. which was my brother's name, first name, and my mom's maiden name. So, yeah, it's called Kiss Them Goodnight. It's a mystery novel, and it's actually set up to have sequels. And I just, again, it's been, so here's the story. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Here, I'll play while we're doing it, so you don't have to sit here and listen to me drone on. But a long time ago, when I was a pup, you know, like, oh geez, I was probably mid-20s, and only had the girls. They were young, they were babies, and was doing the writing. I would pay to go to writing classes on the Oregon coast with some published authors and stuff, and I did one really intensive week called oh, what was it called? Can't remember what it was called now, but it was a really intensive week of you know, a whole week of writing and stuff like that. And at the beginning of that, we all were in this hotel, obviously, and sitting around. We had one of the rooms, and the people that were putting it on told us to introduce ourselves, kind of go around the room, you know, and tell us a little bit about ourselves or whatever. And of course, I'm young. I was, you know, like I said, mid to late 20s at max, and I was really, really passionate about writing. And one of the ladies that introduced herself said that she used to write a lot when she was younger, and then she got busy raising kids and hadn't written in years and was getting back into it. And I remember thinking, just plain as day in my head, wow, how could you let something like that distract you from writing? I'll never let anything like that distract me from writing. And then lo and behold, I became a single dad of 3 young ones, and it's been about 15 years since I wrote. So yeah, karma. Even when you don't say it out loud, she knows. Karma knows. So yeah, finally getting back into it though. I really enjoy it. Oh, I was leveling up Roadbuster just because, you know, no real reason, but I'm not going to put another core on them and spend coins and stuff. We'll just rotate through. We'll just rotate through some bots and get going, so. Let's see. We'll see how many of these bots we can solo with. Actually, we'll launch a combiner. We wouldn't even have to launch a bot. For the Star Trek fans in the chat, my son and I just finished Star Trek Prodigy. Started off real rough. I thought it was going to be painful to watch, but it actually got pretty good by the end. I kind of enjoyed it. So, it's not my favorite Star Trek, but it's not bad. Fits Off Gaming, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're just sitting around, listening to me whine. Oh, goodness. I'm guessing everyone else is doing well in the event this weekend. Collecting those prizes. It's really not that tough. I mean, if everyone in your alliance does just does under 20,000, you're done. So I love DS9, Matt. Come on now, don't say that. DS9 is the best one. After you get through those first couple seasons, those are rough. Yeah, Voodoo Ride, I've enjoyed the card season 3 more than I thought I would, actually. Okay, a sack bot. Some people, yeah, a lot of people use her. If you're going to use her in a big war, a lot of people use her as a sack bot. Sack, obviously, is short for sacrifice, which means you're going to sacrifice that bot, right? So, oh, okay, man. There you go. Intentional dig. Consider it effective. You got me. Um, the sack bot is a bot that you sacrifice by running it out first. So some people use Blur, some people use Afterbreaker, some people use Alita, some people use whatever bot. Any Russian bot really could be a sack bot. It's just one that you send in first. Usually you use it to pop all of the outposts, or as many as you can get in the combiner before you drop your combiner. And Goldfire was real popular one for a while. He was real meta. Dive Bomb or Windblade, same thing. A lot of people use that one. Any bot that you can zoom around the map and try to pop as many of the outposts and or combiner as possible. And that way you can just pop your combiner to negate them and or pull all the bots down away from the other defenses, so you're battling them without your team getting hit by the rest of the base. Makes it easier to defeat them. That is a sack bot. So any bot that can do that, you can consider that way. Yes, last week's was amazing. I'm really excited about where they're going to go with this season. I can't wait to. I hope they don't screw it up because it's got a lot of promise. And I'm hoping it builds into something. I mean, obviously this is going to be the last ride of the TNG people, at least most of them. But I'm hoping it builds into something that can continue on, a nice story that can continue. Obviously, speaking of Deep Space Nine, Dominion War, and all that stuff was some of the best Star Trek television in my opinion. And so now they're referencing that, kind of going back to that. Hey, where did you go? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. All I have to do is I have to put out some regular content, and then I got to contact Dale. Say, hey Dale, pretty please, can I be put back in the content creator group? So as soon as I decide for sure that I'm going to do this on the regular again, I'll probably contact Dale. I almost didn't do it today. If you weren't here for the beginning, I almost didn't do it today just because I had a horrible experience this morning on the game and was legit furious with it and just about didn't do it. But I got over it, I guess, for the most part. By the Pale Moonlight, yes, that's one of my favorite. One of my short stories I wrote for. There was so whenever I got into writing, it was through Star Trek, and there was an unpublished author anthology series called Strange New Worlds. They put out once a year. So in order to make it in there, you couldn't be published, or you couldn't have had more than like 2 or 3 published stories. And you'd submit as many stories, short stories, so no more than 7,500 words. You would submit as many of those as you want, and they had one editor, Dean Wesley Smith, who would go through all the stories, and he would pick the winners. And I got honorable mention several times before that thing was shut down. Never made it in there, but because of that, I started writing other, my own fiction instead of playing in the Star Trek sandbox. Which, I mean, even if you get published, like those Star Trek authors you see, like they don't own that work because it's considered bought and paid for by Paramount or whatever. So you don't make as much because you don't really get royalties, I don't think, stuff like that. It's been a long time since I was in it. I could be spewing some falsehoods here, but it's better to create your own. So I started doing that and just loving it. Loving it. And let me get back to it. That's what I was doing today when I wasn't playing the game, actually. That and then after I did that for a few hours, I came down and watched Discovery with my son. I tell you what, I've kind of quit guessing on it. On the next 5-star batch, we know it's going to be, Hoist, Crankcase, and Hoist. Skids isn't in a group yet, is he? So Skids will have to come out. And I don't know who they'll bring out. I honestly, I'm not all that bothered about it. Used to be a big thing, you know, all of us content creators would do 5-star prediction videos and blah blah blah. I made a big deal of it, and the apes couldn't give a crap about it, so I just kind of quit. Discovery's okay. That lead actress I'm not crazy about. She seems a little over dramatic most of the time. And I hated what they did with the Klingons at the beginning. That was retarded. Why they feel like they have to change the Klingons every time, or any established species, is just nonsense to me. So I didn't like that. It's coming to an end. This season coming up is going to be the last Discovery. I love Strange New Worlds. I think they've knocked it out of the park with Strange New Worlds. I'm excited about that. I love that Anson Mount as Pike. He's fabulous, and I think they're just really hitting it right with that series. Need to make more like that. Yeah, I like Strange New Worlds more than I like Discovery, by far. But hopefully Star Trek gets back the way it's supposed to be. I mean, it can be so good when it's right, and it can be terrible when it's wrong, obviously, as we've seen. So, for me, I think the worst series is Voyager, followed by Enterprise. My favorites are Deep Space Nine and TNG, obviously. I've never watched all of the original series, just because it's a little tough to watch. But it's kind of like Doctor Who. I love the new Who since 2005, but I've only went back and watched just like 2 of the original series episodes, just because they're hard to watch. The quality, you know, makes it tough. But there was a couple I was told, oh, you got to watch this, you know. And so I'd go back and try, but not so good. I don't know. I didn't like. There was a lot about Voyager I didn't like. The whole. Man, anything with 7 of 9. Yeah, we know why you were watching. The whole thing about Voyager was they were stranded out in the Delta Quadrant, but they never ran out of shuttles. They never ran out of anything, it seemed like. And it's like, where are they? How are they? I don't know. To me, Voyager should have been more like the Battlestar Galactica remake series, where, you know, they're counting just how many people they've got, they're counting how many shuttles they've got, how much food rations they've got, blah blah blah. A little more stressful, but it seemed, I don't know, wasn't my cup of tea. Let's just say that. William Chowdhury, welcome. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. We're just doing some event grinding and chatting about Star Trek and Doctor Who and anything else we want to talk about. Thank you. This is the second week back. We'll see if it sticks. Again, if you didn't get here for the beginning, had a really bad run on War today. Kind of thinking there was something glitchy that caused it, but whatever. And almost didn't stream today just because I was so furious about it. But Matt says, I was a preteen when I first saw her. She was easy on the eyes, that's for sure. Hell, she still is. I've heard stories about her and Kate Mulgrew behind the scenes just not getting along. Kate knew why they brought her on. It wasn't because her character was so compelling. It was because of the way she looked. Which, you know, character's definitely gotten good now. Like, I enjoy her in Picard and stuff like that. And there's definitely there's a lot of potential with that character, but I think the way they presented her, you were like, yeah, okay. We know why she's here. And they did the same thing with T'Pol on Enterprise, I think. She was just there as eye candy. Oh yeah, I'll never forget the first time I saw Best of Both Worlds. And that cliffhanger. Oh my goodness. And that was, you know, obviously that was pre-internet and all that stuff, so you just didn't know. Like, you don't get to watch, you know, YouTube videos about it, or you don't get to watch, you know, read spoilers about what's coming up, or, you know, middle of the country here, we didn't have, you know, stuff telling us so-and-so was back for the next season or whatever. Like, I thought they were going to legit kill off Picard and make Riker the new captain and all that stuff. That was such a good cliffhanger. And then that opened that Picard's character up to so much more storytelling with that experience. I really enjoyed that. What would you say are the best bots in Batch 9? Is that the latest one? I'll have to look up who's in Batch 9 to be able to tell you. Is that like Blur and Slingshot and... Is that the one with the Ironhide? I can't remember. I'll look here in a second and tell you who I think it is. I've actually got a 5-star pull on Cadamus Prime's account. Just kind of waiting on the new batch before I pull, just to see if there's anybody in that batch I really feel like I need. But we'll take a look after my timer runs out here. And of course, if you're in the chat, feel free to chip in there and tell them who you think. It's got Lynx, Pipe, Brainstorm, Red Alert, and Slash. That's 9. Ooh. Lynx, Pipe. I don't know. I guess it depends on your play style. Some people love Skylynx. Some people use Red Alert. I don't think Pipes is as bad as people think, although he's not on my war team. None of those guys are, to be fair. Slash is fun to use, you know, for Zen farming and stuff like that. I don't know, if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick Slash, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, Brainstorm's fine. I don't use him like I thought I would. I was excited to get him. Oh, good, that freaking war is over. Good. Golly. Congrats, S7. Well done. Next time, I promise to put up some points. That was ridiculous. Ugh. Okay, let's not go there. No, I'm not showing any war replays from that war. Where did you go? If you weren't here at the beginning, what happened? Last night we started the war, and base 1 was a time trap, like a lot at the bottom, a little bit up at the top. So I dropped my team and went, and I got, you know, Prime League hard mode, obviously. I got all the way up to the HQ with about half my team left, full health, all that stuff. And I was banging on the HQ, and I timed out. Okay? Fair play. Timed out. So I waited till this morning to go again, and I watched a bunch of replays per protocol, and replays on the whole war, too, because I figured once I beat base 1, to keep rolling through, and went hard mode on my second attempt on base 1. Pretty much the same thing happened. Got all the way through to the bottom, all the way up to the top, banging on the HQ, ran out of time. Okay. So I made an adjustment, and I put what's his name, Smokey in instead of 6-gun. Figured that'd help me take out the outpost faster, you know, speed me up a little bit. And I went normal mode on my 3rd try, right? And my bots didn't get through the bottom. They got annihilated down there on normal mode. After not, you know, after getting through it on hard mode and getting to the top and just timing out. On normal mode, I got annihilated down below. And I was so mad I couldn't see straight. So, yeah, even if that war hadn't ended, I'm not going to show any replays from that. No. Not at all. So Matt says, Red Alert's killer and outpost. I don't know why exactly, but I lost my entire squad in seconds after popping him. Well, he does do, let's see, let's take a look at him real quick. I know Waza had him in an outpost for a while too. So you give your allies 50% damage absorption, 100% to yourself, so 100% damage absorption, and stun immunity for 10 seconds. So for 10 seconds, he can't be killed. Then you rush into combat, smashing walls and causing 1,960 damage to a single target, 4 times more damage if the target is affected by your friction rifle. There you go. Whatever all that means, that's what he does. I know on defense, I think he makes surrounding buildings immune, so they can't take damage. So, no, I don't have a Decepticon account. I have an alt account that I had started for my son during the pandemic. It's Catamus Prime, which I'll open up here. Let me close this one real quick. This is probably going to cause trouble, but I'll give it a try. Hold on a second. Bear with me. Let me get back to here. Whoop, whoop. Okay, now let's close this one. Close, yes. Wait for that thing to stop. And then we'll start Catamus and see if we can't get this thing to go. Alright, it looks like that's going to work. Catamus Prime is my alt account. It was my son's account, and he only played it for a little bit during the pandemic. And then, what? Upgrade? Really? Oh, no. X. What did I do? Okay, let's try that again. Maybe it does need an update. Maybe I haven't opened it on here in a while. Probably. Anyways, started it for my son. He played it a little bit, and then he got bored with it, you know, and decided to move on to other games. And I just kind of kept it going with him. Since I had to have a device for it, I had put it on my work phone, and so the phone was with me all the time anyway. So because of that, I just kind of kept it going, and now it's actually a pretty decent account. After all this time, it's kind of got built up, and I'm an idiot for doing 2 accounts. So it's loading up there. Let's try this. Properties. There we go. Okay. Yay. And it's working. Okay, so this is Catamus Prime. He is in TF Legends Ops. And let's take a look at, said batch 9, right? Yeah, that's the batch. So as you can see, I've got a pull waiting on this account, and I haven't pulled any of these guys. None of them are bots that I feel like I just need to have, you know. So that's one reason why I haven't. Let's turn on some sound effects, and then we'll. There we go. There we go. Alrighty-roo. And now let's do this. Nope, not that. We want this. So here are the 5 stars I don't have on this account. You can see Ironhide, Hound, Blur, and Slingshot. And then none of these guys. That's batch 9. Batch 6, I don't have any of those guys. Batch 4, don't have these two. Batch 3, 0. Batch 2, 0. And batch 1, 0. And I do have a pool available, as you can see, but I think I'm just going to wait and see what comes out next before I make a decision on that. So let's see. What did I miss in the chat? William Wilkinson says everyone might hate me for this, but I enjoy the J.J. Abrams. I enjoy the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies too, simply because of the way they started it by making it split and be its own timeline. I was fine with it. I thought they were just going to try to go back and tell new stories with the original crew, and I thought that's a terrible idea. Why would you do that? But then when they split it like that, I thought, beautiful. Now we don't have to worry about, making it fall in line with everything else and all that stuff. And so I thought it was great, and then I was able to enjoy it. Where did you go? Want to see my war team? Sure. This is Cadamus Prime's war team, obviously, since we're on that account. But it's basically the exact same team I run, except I have Wheeljack instead of Ratchet. And I swap out 6-gun for Smokey sometimes. Other than that, I got pretty much the exact same. These aren't all maxed. Well, that one is. These aren't all quite maxed. Well, that one is. They're not. That one is. That one is, right? For Skids. Yeah, Skids is done. I may have lied. They might all be maxed. Bumblebee's maxed. Ratchet. Surely not. Nope, he is. And Minerva. Okay, so they're all maxed. Alright, that's my war team. Mercenary Terror, thanks for joining, buddy. Catch you next time. Thanks for stopping by. So yeah, where did you go? This is Cadamus Prime's war team, but it's just like my Grind Time war team. It's exactly the same. Mercenary Terror left, but I don't have a Decepticon account. I don't have one. Yeah, friction rifle makes me. Yeah, I hear you. Get your friction rifle going when you see 7 of 9, right? Let's see. Voodoo Ride, and when you open that account, you see me putting up points. Are you in here? Legends up. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm not trying to show everybody else's scores, but just mine. I'm already almost at 30, so same thing as with Grind Time. I'm not gonna bother with spending, buying another bundle or anything. If we finish, we finish. If we don't, we don't. I've done my part. It's up to everybody else to. Oh, Hot Rodimus, yeah, awesome. It's up to everybody else to kind of do their share now too, So we'll go get some resources, and then we can run through that. Yeah, free to play. Yeah. There is a gap, and honestly, there should be. I think if you're free to play, you should still be able to play and enjoy the game for sure, but shouldn't have all the benefits of people that spend. Of course, I don't spend. I'm free to play. Yeah, right. Anyways, yeah. Who is this? Darkness Awakens? Okay. So let's do this. Nah, we're not going to launch those yet. How did I know it would be that? Gotta get rid of that right there. There we go. ray blockers are gone. Now we'll deploy these guys. Voodoo Ride, I'm free to play until Braun. Yeah, Braun does look good actually. Whoa, I took my eyes off the screen for a second and my team melted. What in the world? What is that thing? Oh, that's that new combat, isn't it? That's what that little guy is. See ya. Maybe. Except for old Blaster, who gets healed up by his minions, and now we're in trouble. Now we are in Trouble. Well, that's Sealagon over there, isn't it? Die, Sealagon, die. There we go. Woohoo! Okay. I've just reached the point where I'm not thrilled about chasing any new 5 stars, so it might be time to save for Omega Bar, yeah? Fair enough. Voodoo Rides in, Legends Ops with Cadamus Prime. Thought I was going to lose that battle there for a minute when my medics died all of a sudden. Made me a bit nervous. Now let's go back here and we'll do exactly what we just did in old grind time. I was leveling Dinobot because Dinobot is... Whoa, where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. He's out in my, outpost. Need to put a core on him though, don't I? Core should I put on him? What if I put Liège on him? He's in an outpost. Let's try Liège and see how it goes with him. See if that causes any trouble for the people that attack me. Fudge. We'll try Omega, but he doesn't do as well. It's harder to solo with Omega, believe it or not, than it is with Magnabols. At least I've found.
Stand your ground.
Ooh, are you gonna walk up that way? Sweet. You can save the jump. Let's go raw Ia. Zoomy zoomy. Take it down. Take it down. Yeah, baby. Down goes the base. Let's try it again. Try it again. Yeah, you betcha. Can't say that on stream, dude. Come on now. It's just in line chat. Oh, did I launch a bot? Oh my gosh. Look at that. You got me all flustered and I launched a bot instead of my combiner. Yeah, I guess abbreviation's fine. Surely nobody will crack that code, right? Oh, with his dying breath. Took it down. That was great. Literally at the end. Doesn't matter who we put in. Shouldn't be launching a bot anyway.
Stand your ground.
Yeah, Magnaboss does much better. There was one run I did with Omega where it's like half the bases he couldn't take down by himself, whereas Magnaboss just pounds him to the dirt. But who knows, I seem to be a lousy player, so maybe I'm doing something wrong. According to my last war. Oh, didn't get it this time. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Nope. So...
Roll out.
that'll do it. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. For those of you that were here for the tea discussion, I finally tried the proper cuppa, as Waza calls it. Milk and sugar. Ugh, that was disgusting. I like it plain. Oh, I don't know how you drink it like that. That was terrible.
Stand your ground.
This one's not going to get taken down either. I can tell you right now, Omega's going to take way too much damage. Unsubbed. I tried it, man. I did. I did the milk and the sugar and the whole thing, and it was not for me. I'll take mine plain. And to be fair, I don't like. I mean, I drink my coffee black too. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but I'm not a big sweets. You know, I don't like sweet drinks very much either. So it's probably me.
Roll out.
I think Waza almost unfriended me over it. There we go. Now see, Magnaboss probably could have destroyed that thing. I think it's that splash damage he does. It takes 7 years to grow a tea bush. Didn't know that. I know what a hot toddy is. We've got that over here. Yeah. Well, let's see. The version we have is like, that's just whiskey in it, right? I think. Or is that the one with cinnamon? I can't remember. Yeah, whiskey. Yeah. I actually haven't done that, but then again, I like my whiskey straight on the rocks too, so I don't know that I'd like them mixed. Yeah, it's probably not a good idea for me to start mixing it. I'm pretty good at just drinking my tea during the week now. I don't need to go messing that up. Stick with just tea. Probably a good plan for me. I really appreciate y'all being here for this. It's always kind of surprising me that people keep showing up for these streams. If I had codes to give away, I'd give everyone a code, but I don't think I got any. None still work anyway.
Stand your ground.
Rugby with unnecessary padding. I'm not gonna argue with the toughness of rugby players, that's for damn sure. I wouldn't do it. I'd get these big old buck teeth of mine knocked out. Yeah, kinda knew that, William. It's interesting though, huh? Told Waza in our chat that I didn't need no milk or sugar in my tea. I'm American. I'll just swirl it straight out of the Boston Harbor. I bet they did, Matt. Like I said, I wouldn't do it. No, sir. I've seen that game played. I want no part of that. American football was tough enough for me. American football was tough enough for me. In high school, my brother played. He played football his 8th grade year, and then his freshman, sophomore, junior year, he played soccer because my dad was told that we were going to start a soccer program and he was going to be the coach, and they gave him a bunch of videotapes and books and everything. Said, learn the sport, here you go. And so my dad was the first coach of soccer at my high school. So my brother played, but then his senior year, he really wanted to play football again. So he played football. When he played soccer, he got his head split open more than once, I think, playing the sport. Got a lot more injuries playing soccer than he did playing football. And I was like, see, the pads work. That's why we wear them. And then, just like my dad, when my girls were little, they wanted to play, that city league soccer, little league or whatever, and they have to, have parents coach because I'm not going to pay anybody, right? So I coached a couple seasons. The second season that I coached was my youngest daughter, and we went undefeated that season. And that's when I retired from coaching soccer. Wanted to go out on a high note. But to be fair, it wasn't my coaching while we were undefeated. We had this one little kid on the team of Mexican heritage, and his dad would come and help coach whenever he was available. He just wasn't available very often. And I got some advice from some other guys that actually played soccer on some stuff too. And his son was just, oh my goodness, so good. He was so good. So that's really why we went undefeated. But I'll take credit for it because, heck, I was the head coach. Got a taste for basketball, yeah. Nice. Yeah, there was a time when I was in high school around that time that one of my best friends was really big into basketball because that was back when Michael Jordan was in his heyday, and basketball was, oh, probably the most popular it's ever been. And him and I used to shoot hoops quite a bit. I was not good at it. I was a wrestler. We used to go play basketball to cool down from our exercises, from our practices. You guys don't play basketball where you're at, Matt?
Stand your ground.
I mean, really, to have fun playing basketball, all you need is the hoop and the ball. You don't have to have a whole court. You can just shoot. Just shoot. Around here, lots of people have, little hoops on these little poles with big plastic bottom. You fill up with sand to weigh it down, and they just put it at the edge of their driveway, and shoot hoops and play basketball in the driveway on the concrete, and do it that way. So. I don't mind shooting the basketball around. I'm just not very good at it. It's been a long time since I've done it. So I'm sure I'm worse now than what I was even. Ah, nice. Okay. Basketball is fun. It's just... Football is my sport. American football, obviously, is my sport. It's the one I love. I also like to watch amateur wrestling and professional wrestling, to be fair. Professional wrestling I didn't watch for a long, long time. Like, I watched it when I was young, then I kind of got away from it. Now back into it. But I do love to watch amateur wrestling. I can go to, any high school wrestling meet and I get into it. I really do. Oh yeah, I like MMA too. Yeah. Stuff that I would never ever do. I'll do the boxing in the Oculus, where I can't actually get punched in the face. But yeah, I like to watch that stuff. Those guys. That's why I like. I think I actually like professional wrestling more now, knowing that it's all scripted and stuff. I appreciate what the entertainers do more, knowing that, than whenever I was younger and I didn't know for sure if it was fake, and I would think, like every time, the ref got distracted and the good guy got hit in the back or whatever, and it's like, and you would think, how could they be so dumb, blah, 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 blah. It's all part of the story, and it makes, I don't know, I enjoy it more knowing now and being able to look at what these guys do, these guys and gals do, and how much entertainment they put on, and the physical skills. Don't get it twisted. I mean, it may be scripted, but if you're taking a chair shot to the back, you're still taking a chair shot to the back. If you're flipping off the top rope and landing on your back, you're still doing that. It's still gonna hurt. So don't take anything away. No, I haven't seen that one. I do watch a lot of wrestling documentaries and stuff. I think the stories behind the stuff is so fascinating. But I haven't seen that one you're talking about. We just watched on YouTube. You can Google The Sheik, and there was a documentary made in 2014, I think, about the Iron Sheik. That's fun, really interesting to watch. And watched that one with the wife last night. I'd seen it before, but she hadn't seen it. It's funny how much she's gotten into the wrestling. I don't know that she ever really was a wrestling fan, but because I got back into it, she kind of got into it, and now it's funny watching her. She gets so worked up. Especially when she doesn't like, one of the characters, like if the heel is being particularly good at their job, making her mad. It's so funny to watch her. because I know the truth. There's a YouTube channel called Wrestling Bios. It's really good. I'm not sure where the guy's from that does it. He's obviously got an accent, but he's not hard to understand at all. And he started off just doing videos like the life and career of Rick Rude, or something like that. And I found him and I was like, oh, this is cool. Get to see like the real stuff with it. But then he started a series called the Monday Night Wars, talking about obviously the Monday Night Wars from WCW and WWF. And he literally takes it week by week and breaks everything down about each episode, and like where he would say if he thinks was WCW better this week, was WWF better this week, and why. Oh, it's so good watching it. He's up to like episode 140 something now, and it's just so good. Why is that not dying? Hello. Oh no, there's not enough time left. Why did I launch? And it's Energon I need, not out of the way. Ah, darn it. Lost this one.
We must not give up.
I know, I know. Oh yeah, I'll watch it, Matt. Sure, if you send it, you betcha. I'd recommend you look up the Sheik on YouTube. It's very interesting to watch. Very, very interesting. Let's see what else we're gonna do. I think that's gonna be about it for today. Ran through the event on both. There's not really anything else to show. Also look up that Matt, if you're interested, that Wrestling Bios channel on YouTube. It is, I mean, there's so much to catch up on now, like if you wanted to watch the whole Monday Night War series, but I didn't watch wrestling during that time, so for me, I don't know. Well, I found out now, but when I started it, I really didn't know the stories of what happened and all this kind of stuff. And, when I quit watching wrestling the first time, Hogan was still in WWF and had never been a heel as far as I knew, and that tells you how long ago I stopped. And, back in the day, I couldn't tell you which one was Steve Austin and which one was Goldberg, because they both looked the same to me. But going back and watching all this, it really ups my appreciation for it all too, and enjoyment. The guy does excellent. Oh, good, you found it. Awesome. Yeah, the guy does an excellent job breaking down everything, and he's so funny. When he Rikishi, yeah, Rikishi. When he first started, he was kind of, very plain and monotone and kind of just reciting the facts or whatever. But now that he's been rolling, like he's got his own merch store for all the jokes that he makes during the videos, and it's just good. I really enjoy him. So anyway, that being said, go back here. I think we're going to call it a day, fellas. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'll try to make this better again. Start finding some stuff to focus on. At least a little something each stream. But hey, we're here to chat and have fun. And I appreciate y'all showing up. And next week I won't be doing it. Next week is the week that the wife and I will be out of town. So we'll still be at Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City on Sunday. So there will be no stream next week, but the week after, probably be there. So until next time, guys, just keep grinding.